Welcome to an episode of the Tailgate Talk, man. It is Teroy, man, the fanatic. Hey, man, this is it's Super Bowl rematch, man. It's Chiefs Eagles week, which is pretty much damn near a new rivalry at this point. Eagles are 1-0, coming off the win against the Cowboys. Chiefs are 0-1, coming off the loss to the Chargers in Brazil. I'm just saying the Eagles won in Brazil last year. You know what I'm saying? Kind of different scenarios this year for the Chiefs and Eagles. The Chiefs really can't afford to lose again, to go 0-2. Their schedule's kind of tough. The Eagles are looking to go 2-0. I think. Is it the first time we went 2-0 since the Carson Wentz era? Right? Because I think Carson Wentz first year starting, we was 2-0, 3-0 before we lost the game. I can't remember. But yeah, it's a big week. Both teams really haven't looked that great. Eagles didn't look that impressive. The Chiefs offense didn't look good at all until pretty much, like, outside of that one bomb Mahomes had to Hollywood Brown, like, it wasn't that great. Jalen Carter will play. Thank God. Which I think is a big step. I was worried that they were going to suspend him for a game. I really thought they were going to suspend him for a game, so I'm happy that he's playing. Hopefully he learned his lesson. And we're ready to dominate the Chiefs. Is it going to be an easy game? No. Do I expect them to win? Yes. I kind of expect a similar performance from Jalen Hurts he did in the Super Bowl. Hold on. Yeah, a similar performance for what he did in the Super Bowl. I don't think. I think they're going to try to sell out to stop the run again. So I expect a similar game to what Saquon had yesterday. Against the Cowboys and in the Super Bowl. It's going to be interesting though because clearly AJ Brown is hurt still, and so who is going to get involved in the offense? I think Dallas Goedert is hurt too. Is he hurt? Hold on, let me see. Is Dallas Goedert hurt? Let me see. Well, okay. So the Eagles signed defensive tackle Jaleb Sykes and release Eli Ricks from the practice squad. Okay. So, let me see. Hold on. Dallas Goedert. I could have sworn I saw something on there. Hold on. Like, I could have sworn. Okay, yeah, Dallas has a sprained knee. So, it's going to be interesting because that was his safety blanket for the first game. For the Chiefs side, Xavier Worthy's day to day with I think a dislocated or a sprained shoulder. I'm telling you right now, if he could play, he's not going to be 100%. So it kind of just, let's see what Xavier Worthy is. So there's no plans for Xavier Worthy to undergo surgery or be placed on IR. I don't necessarily know if Xavier Worthy is playing this week. I'm telling you right now, if Xavier Worthy don't play this week, bro, they're not beating us. This isn't a couple years ago where they had Juju Smith-Schuster. They're not beating us without Xavier Worthy. They need offensive weapons because we're going to be able to sell the run out. We're going to be able to stop the run, especially with Jalen Carter there. I think he's going to have something to prove because he messed up last week, and I think we're going to have to throw on him just like we did last time. I think Jalen Hurts plays extremely well against the Chiefs. He's 2-2 against Patrick Mahomes, and 1-1 when it matters. We did trade for Tank Bigsby. With Will Shipley being diagnosed with a fractured rib, he's out 6 to 12 weeks. So now we got Tank Bigsby and AJ Dillon and Saquon Barkley. I want to read y'all a couple of stats really quick. Hurts versus the Chiefs, right? First, Steve Spagnuolo, right? 2-2. He has a 2-2 record, including the playoffs. He's won the last two. The team's points per game is 31%. 31.5 points per game. He's completing 69.2% of his passes. His total yards per game is 320 per game. That's including, that's including the running and the passing. His yards per pass is 8.2. He has 11 touchdowns and 3 turnovers and a passer rating of 100.2. He owns Steve Spagnuolo at this point. He's always played well against him. If you take out the game against the Commanders, Jalen Hurts is the game he got hurt in the first quarter. He's 15-0 in his last 15 full games. Completion percentage 71.1. Total yards per game 234.8. Yards per pass 8.4. TD to turnover ratio 38 touchdowns to 4 turnovers. Passer rating is 112.5. And then versus the AFC, he has a 9-game win streak versus the AFC. Do I think this game's going to be easy? No, it's an Arrowhead. I do feel like the rest will be on the Chiefs side because they don't want to see my homeboy go down 0-2. But I feel like we will do enough to win the game. I feel like A.J. Brown kind of gets on track. Nothing crazy. I would say like 6 receptions, 78 yards. I can see Devontae Smith going for like 5 receptions, maybe like 100. I can see Saquon maybe having like an 18 for 60 game again. I think Jalen will run for about like 62 yards. I can see Jalen running for 62 yards every game this season. That's me personally. I can see him going for 62 yards every single game this season. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's going to have to do more with his running. I don't think the pass rush will be as dominant as it was in the Super Bowl. But I do feel like with Jalen Carter there, we will get more of a pass rush than we did against Dallas for sure. If we can get pressure on Mahomes, because, the offensive line is still a work, and that's the key for Mahomes is getting pressure on him. If we get pressure on Mahomes, I feel like it could be an easy, I don't think it's going to be a blowout like last time. I think we will win, I say we win like 30-24, 30-23. We probably win by a touchdown. We're 1.5 point favorite at home on the road against the Chiefs, which is crazy. But I think we'll do enough to win. Just like a few years ago when we lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and they won, this game I think means more to them than to us. But we want to make a statement. We want to make a statement because I feel like, honestly, if Jalen Hurts beats the Chiefs for the third straight game, third straight season, at this point, he got the Chiefs number. Like you can't sit there and say that he doesn't. He has the Chiefs number. And the difference between him and the Josh Allens and the Lamar Jacksons is he's been able to do it in the playoffs when it matters. Josh Allen be beating the Chiefs in the regular season all the time, but in the playoffs, it don't. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been able to. I would like to see Kevin Patullo open up the playbook a little bit, a little more play action. Because if I was them, first play of the game, I'm throwing if AJ Brown is hammy is healthy, or if Devontae Smith is good to go, I'm play action it. Play action Saquon, bomb. Throw it to them and let them know we mean business. That's what I would do. Because they're going to try to sell out to stop the run like they did last time, which they did a good job of. And I feel like we'll get Saquon involved more in the pass game. You can't never count on Patrick Mahomes. I just don't know with Rashid Rice being suspended for 6 games and Xavier Worthy. I don't know if he's going to play or not. The reports is showing that he might play or that he don't have to be on IR. But I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if I can try to find it. Let me go to Chiefs.com because I don't know if he's playing, if he's not playing. Either way, he's not 100%. And listen, if you're the defense, rough that man up. You know what I'm saying? If you're the defense, rough him up. Let's see here. Injury report. So the injury report for right now, this is I'm recording this on Wednesday, September 10th. They have Xavier Worthy out. They got Trey Smith, a guard, Nick Bolton, biceps, Hollywood Brown, ankle. So they'll probably will play, but with Holly Brown having an ankle injury and Xavier Worthy with the shoulder, like that's already like your two wide receivers. That's not. And Jawan Taylor has he has a knee and ankle. And then for us, you got Leonard Dixon is back. Jalen Hunt, he has a hip. Will Shipley oblique, he's out for a while. Dallas Goddard with a knee, and right thumb for Tanner McKee. So let's see here. So Xavier Worthy didn't practice, and Hollywood Brown was a full participation in practice. So Hollywood Brown to play. If Xavier Worthy does not play, they will not win this game. And I mean that. You're not going to beat the Eagles with Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and whatever. This isn't the Super Bowl from a couple years ago. Our defense is better. Because before, the back end was decent. But I think the back end with Slay and Bradbury was a little better, but I think we're younger. I think Q was going to be a shutdown corner. And if we could get the pressure that we did last time, we could force Mahomes into hell. And I think we'll win, like I said, 30-23. I think it'd be a game to where, like, we play keep away. So maybe, like, we go on one of them drives in the fourth quarter with, like, 6 minutes left where we just don't have Mahomes give the ball back. In an ideal situation, what I would love is for Mahomes to have the ball back 1 or 2 minutes left and he doesn't score. And we just shut him, and we shut it down. I would love that. They calling Justin Herbert Vanilla Dick because the way he was running against the Chiefs, that sounds like a good sign for me, because if Justin Herbert can do it, Jalen Hurts can do it. And if Quentin Johnson can have a couple touchdowns, because the Chiefs defense was getting shredded. But so was the Eagles defense, but the Eagles defense obviously didn't have Jalen Carter, but still no excuse. So I expect either Jahan Dotson, A.J. Brown, or Devontae Smith to have a big game. So if I had to say, I would say, let's say, if I had to predict, I would say Jalen Hurts has 20. He's 20 for 26, like anywhere from 240 to 250, a couple touchdowns, and then maybe he has a either a tush push touchdown or he runs for a touchdown. But I still say he probably has like 6 rushes, 60 something yards. Let's see. Jalen Hurts rushing yards versus the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts rushing yards versus Chiefs. I want to see what his rushing yards is. Okay, so damn, he only has a total of 76 rushing yards total versus the Chiefs. Well, no, he has more. In the Super Bowl, the year we lost, he had 47 rushing yards, and in the Monday night game, he had 29, and in the last Super Bowl, he had 72. I can see more so him having 7. I can see him with the 60 to 70 rushing yards category against the Chiefs. This game, we're going to need his legs, and we're going to need his arm. I think the Eagles will... Like I said, we're the Super Bowl champs. Everybody's gunning for us, but also I feel like we will do enough to where we can keep them at bay. The best defense is the best defense against Patrick Mahomes is the best offense. You know what I'm saying? In the games where he's lost, most of the time he didn't get the ball back. I don't think he got the ball back against Justin Herbert, against the Chargers last week. He didn't get the ball back. Well, he did, but by the time it was too late with Josh Allen last year, and then a few years ago when Lamar beat him in a regular season, he didn't get the ball back. They went for it. So I feel like the game is close. Nick Sirianni's going to be aggressive. He's going to go for it, and we're going to make sure that we win this game. Would I be upset if we lost? No, I would not be upset if we lost this game, but just off of health alone from the Chiefs, I don't think they win this game. They got blown out, and they had Xavier Worthy there last year, and now Xavier Worthy might not play. So you can literally put Q on Hollywood Brown and put, I would say, Ja'Cory Bennett on Juju Smith-Schuster. He can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Travis Kelce is a shell of himself. You could fucking put, I don't know, a safety on him. You could fucking maybe have Reed Blankenship cover him along with Jahad Dotson or Nick Bond. So, and their running backs, still skeptical on it. Mahomes is going to have to run more. And if Mahomes runs, you got an opportunity to pop him. I would say pop him. But it's going to be a good game on Fox for sure. So the game's on Sunday. I will try to drop the episode Monday because I'm going to be doing 2. So it's going to be the Eagles recap and then the weekly NFL thing. So probably do that. Also, because on the weekly recap we didn't do the Sunday night game or the Monday night game, so let me talk about that really fast. The Bears are ass. The Bears suck. The Bears blew that game and the Ravens blew that game, but what is to expect from the Ravens? They're supposed to be the best team in the league and you keep blowing games. If I'm the Bills, I'm happy I'm one, but the defense needs work. If I'm the Ravens, it's like, what do I got to do to overcome this? This is why, like, somebody made a good point. I think it was Colin Cowherd. He was saying that because Lamar is like such a unique player, right, that you basically just have to hang around to like the 7th, 8th possession, hang around in the game, because then at that point you'll be able to kind of figure him out, and then they just choke down the stretch. You can win the game because they do this all the time. And they're supposed to be the best team in the league. I'm telling you right now, if the Chiefs lose this game, they're not. I don't see them going 0-2 and still being the 1 seed, let alone winning the conference or their division. They can't go 0-2. They have to, for the Chiefs. They have to win this game. I can't remember the last time the Chiefs went 0-2. They'll be in a world of trouble. Because who do the Eagles have after this game? We have what? The Eagles, because we got the Rams after this game, and that's in Philly, I think. Yeah, the Rams don't look that great to me, bro. Like, no, a lot of teams was like, oh, because Jalen was like, oh, Jalen didn't put up a lot of numbers, but neither did Patrick Mahomes, bro. For real, if you want to be for real, if you take away the pass to Hollywood Brown, like, he ain't play that great. They ain't even have a first down. They went in the Super Bowl without having a first down in the first half. And then late into the second quarter, they didn't have a first down. Like, their offense has not played that well. So, like, Mahomes is going to have to do everything, and I feel like we can keep him at bay to get the win. I would feel differently if Rashee Rice was there and Xavier Worthy was there. I would say it's a toss-up, but I feel like because they're not 100%, I don't see how they get the job done. I don't see how they beat the Eagles. Now, granted, we don't have Sidney Brown, so we got Mbuka playing, but I think Mbuka's good. I think Mbuka will be great for us. I really wanted Malachi Starks, but I think Mbuka will be great for us. But yeah, I have the Eagles winning this game 30-23, 7-point game. I would love a blowout. I would love a blowout, back-to-back blowouts to the Chiefs. Get in their head like, hey, yo, we own y'all niggas. Like, that's what I want. I want a blowout, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I do think we win the game. If we don't, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about why we didn't win the game. But I think it will be a good game nonetheless. Of course, like I said, I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm biased. So, if I felt like they would lose, I would tell y'all. Soon, I'm going to get me a Eagles jersey, and it's like Eagles baseball jersey or whatever, so I can wear that instead of this because, I want to be official. Unless you want to donate. If you want to donate to the cause, you can. All right. This is the Eagles preview. I say the Eagles win. What I said, Jalen Hurts, 20-26, right? I think Jalen Hurts is going to complete around like 70 to 80. I would say 70% of his passes this year. The Eagles ain't look great, but a lot of teams didn't look great either. The Bengals looked horrible. The Bears blew it. The Bills and Ravens offensively looked great, but defensively didn't look great. The only team I would say that really looked great was the Chargers and the Colts. And the Packers didn't. The Packers defense looked great. I don't think the offense looked great because I think Jordan Love will give you a ball or two like Brett Favre. But yeah, I say Jalen Hurts 20-26 for like 240, 250. I can see Saquon going like 18 for 70. Something like that, just little yards here and there, maybe a touchdown. I think Jalen Hurts has 3 total touchdowns, 2 in the air and 1 passing, or 3 in the air and 1 passing. Because that would be what? So let me see, because if it's 30, so 7, 14, 21. Yeah, so I would say Yeah, like 30-23. Somewhere maybe it's like a field goal in there by Jake Elliott, maybe 2 field goals. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. 17, 24, 30. Yeah, let's just say 31-23, just to make everything straight. So I think it'd be no. Okay, yeah, no. 30-23. I think we have 3 touchdowns. So either Jalen runs for 2 and Saquon gets 1, or Jalen runs for 2 and throws for 1, and then you have like I think it'd be a Jake Elliott 3 field goal type game. I think it'd be closer to where like we need a couple field goals from Jake Elliott. I think Jake Elliott has 2 to 3 field goals this game. But yeah, the Chiefs didn't really impress me in their first game. But it's just the first game. But neither did the Eagles. The Eagles ain't impressed me that much either. But I think the Eagles will come away with the victory. We'll be 2-0. If I'm right, I'll see y'all next week. Regardless, man, it's the Tailgate Talk. Follow me on all the socials. The link will be in the description below. TikTok, I'm back on y'all behind. So watch out for the clips. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. And I'll see y'all either Sunday night or Monday morning. Peace.